Have you ever looked down at the ground beneath your feet and wondered what would happen if you just kept digging to the Earth's core? Could we actually pull it off? Well, it's not as simple as grabbing a shovel. But let's fire up our minds and explore what it would take to reach the fiery heart of our planet. Before we start digging, let's look at what we are up against. The Earth has 4 main layers. The crust where we live is about 30 to 50 kilometers thick on land and thinner under oceans. The mantle, a whopping 2900 kilometers of scorching rock that flows like melted caramel. The outer core made of liquid iron and nickel, sitting at 4000 degrees Celsius. And finally the inner core, a solid ball of iron hotter than surface of the sun, which is about 2400 kilometers across. In short, drilling to the core is like peeling the world's toughest onion, except this onion melts steel and crushes everything in its path. Let's start with the drill itself. The deepest we've ever drilled is Kola Super Deep borehole in Russia, and that only went 12 kilometers down. That's barely scratching the crust, less than 0.2% of the way to the core. Why didn't they go farther? Well, the deeper you go, the hotter and more pressurized it gets. Down there, the rock isn't just hard, it's actively trying to close in on you, with pressures that could crush a submarine like the empty soda can. And don't even get me started on the heat. At 12 kilometers, the Kola borehole hit 180 degrees Celsius. By the time you reach the mantle, temperatures are soaring past 1000 degrees Celsius. Your drill bits would melt faster than chocolate on a summer's day. Let's say we've invented a magical drill that doesn't melt. Next we hit the mantle, a layer of semi-solid floating rock. It's like trying to dig through a river of lava with a straw. That constant movement would snap your drill in half, and even if you manage to keep going, you'd eventually hit the outer core, a sea of liquid metal. You'd be basically trying to swim through molten rock and nickel only to reach the inner core, a blazing hot super dense ball of solid iron. At this point, your drill would probably give up and retire. Fun fact, did you know the pressure at the Earth's core is about 3.6 million times the pressure at sea level? For comparison, that's like balancing 50 jumbo jets on top of your head. Even the toughest materials we have today wouldn't stand a chance under those conditions. They get squished like the marshmallow in a hydraulic press. Okay, let's get crazy for a second. What if we somehow made it to the core? Could we learn something? Sure thing, we'd uncover secrets about the Earth's magnetic field and its origins. But here's the kicker, if we opened a pathway to the core, the pressure and heat would escape in a spectacular explosion. You'd essentially create a giant volcanic eruption from the center of the Earth. Long story short, drilling to the Earth's core isn't happening, not with today's technology or any tech we are likely to invent soon. The heat, pressure and sheer scale of the task make it impossible, but hey, it's fun to think about, right? Thanks for joining us on this journey to the center of Earth. If you enjoyed this wild what if scenario, leave a like, drop a comment and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending adventures. See you in the next deep dive.